week is Raga. And Raga is sometimes interpreted as a stain or a scar. And it's a scar of a situation or a memory from the past that it's from something that was so good that unconsciously we want to repeat it or relive it. And when that memory of the past becomes a little bit problematic because perhaps unconsciously we don't know that we want to have the same experience again and we want to recreate it exactly the same way it was, what's really happening is that it's preventing us from being in the present moment. And it's what we say in the philosophy of yoga, it's bringing us more pain. So sometimes here what is understood as is the relationship between pleasure and pain, because we are trying to look for more pleasure, right? Because we want to come back to that pleasurable moment of the past. But truly, when we try to recreate that, we encounter pain because in the present moment, nothing can be repeated exactly as what was in the past. So how do we work with this? We try to observe or become more aware if we are trying to recreate or we are stuck in a memory from the past. And then as we do that, we try to work on lovingly reconnecting with that memory and releasing it. So letting it go in loving kindness. I found a very short poem, really short, from Mary Olivier that I found beautiful, and I think it's very much about Raga. It says, "What I want to say is that the past is the past, and the present is what your life is, and you are capable of choosing what that will be, darling citizen. So come to the pond or the river of your imagination or the harbor of your longing and put your lips to the world and live your life. What I want to say is that the past is the past and the present is what your life is, and you're capable of choosing what that will be, darling citizen. So come to the pond or the river of your imagination or the harbor of your longing and put your lips to the world and live your life." Let's place our palms on our lap, sit tall, and start connecting with your breath. Loosen a little bit through the leg bones. Soften the skin. And welcome yourself to this journey, the journey to meet yourself. Bringing awareness to the body, the breath, the energy level, the thoughts, emotions, and today in particular, any memories that perhaps are showing up and that you're choosing to cherish, to become aware of them, and to lovingly set them aside and release them. This practice is the practice of learning how to be present. Notice the pace of your breath. You can also, as you connect with a memory that perhaps is like a stain for you, that it's hooked you into the past, you can sense how that feels in your body. How are you breathing as you recall that memory? And also with your breath, an opportunity to release it, soften it, and Let it go into the world for you to face the present with all the opportunities that gives us. The chance to, instead of recreate the past, enter something new, maybe even with more possibilities and more creativity than before. Let's bring our palms together with the thumbs resting right in front of the heart center. And then we'll open this practice together with the Om sound. One time, inhaling deeply through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Then breathing in again. Then we gently connect the head down to the hands and the heart, the three together. Entering this practice in gratitude and with the opportunity to get to know ourselves better, listening, staying present. Releasing the palms down to your lap, lifting the head and opening the eyes. Welcome everyone, thank you again for being here. Let's come on to a child's pose to start. So we'll bring the knees wide as your mat, big toes touching. We'll set the sitting bones back into the heels or towards that area. You can always pad that area with a blanket if you need in between. And then we'll set the arms to the front. You can bend your elbows a little and then release the forehead. Taking here 3 long breaths, starting to invite Ujjayi breath. So we'll breathe through the nose a few times. Notice any physical sensations, aches, pains, or sensitivity to take care of yourselves through this practice. And then slowly start walking your arms and your trunk towards the left to start opening the right side of your body. Lift your floating ribs in and see if you can move your abdomen from right to left a little further. And then you stretch the arms to the left and release again the forehead down. 2 breaths again through the nose. And then slowly we start walking back towards the center of your mat. Keep the sitting bones as heavy as you can. Start moving your arms and your trunk towards the right. And you go as far as you can there. Again, lifting through the abdomen, ribs into the body as well. And we bring the belly from the left to the right a little further. A little bit of a feeling of a twist there perhaps. And we open that left side, a few breaths. Good, and slowly we'll return towards the center. This time we're going to extend the arms as much as you can, pressing through your palms and pushing your sitting bones a little further back to create a little bit more of a stretch in the lower back, and feel also the opening in the armpits, the underside of your arms. And from there, we'll take it up into the hands and knees position, tabletop, okay? Hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. See if you can dial your hands a little bit out and away from each other, just a touch. Pressing through the knuckles of the 4 fingers. Let's inhale for the cow shape and exhale for the cat. 2 more, inhaling, lifting the chest and the sacrum, gently shoulders back, exhaling, rounding, drawing the navel in, chin down. 1 more, inhaling and exhale. Good, as we come back towards the neutral, lifting the abdomen into the spine, pressing the mat away, we'll send the right leg up and back. And we're going to just do a few circles with that leg extended. So I'm drawing with my heel, right heel, just a few circles to one side. And then I'm going to reverse it, drawing circles the other way. Try to draw the lower ribs in and keep the rest of your body as neutral as possible. Good, then we return to center, keeping the navel in, lengthening through the sternum. We send the left arm forward, so it's opposite arm to leg. And keep lifting and drawing abdomen in. Push the mat away with your right hand and your left shin. And then we release both. Good, reset your shape. Press through the palms again. Let's inhale the left leg up and back. Draw the navel in. And then with that left heel, 3 to 5 circles. We are drawing a few times, trying to keep the right hip as steady as you can. And then we reverse and we go the other way, a few circles. Good. Keep drawing that abdominal in. Once you're back to center, push through that left heel, open through the back of that left knee, and send your right arm forward. Draw those ribs down, pubic bone up, hips in, and then we release both. Nice. Let's shake a little bit the hips from side to side. Let them drop to the right and the left a few times. Good. And then from here, we'll move the knees a few inches behind the hips. Again, remember to dial those palms a touch out, tuck your toes, and we'll go up to downward facing dog. First, pedaling the feet, like if you're walking, a few times, to slowly start opening the backs of the legs. So don't push too hard yet. We are starting to activate and firm the arm bones. We don't want to lock ligaments or the bones there, just pressing to activate and awaken more of the energy in the body. Then we start bringing those ribs in, relaxing the head. Good. Let's bring the feet a little closer to each other. Bring your right foot behind the left heel, and with your toes, press that left heel down. Push your mat away. Keep broadening through the upper back. Good, and then we reset, right foot down, bring the left toes behind your right heel, press the heel down, and hug the thighs into the bones. Draw the kneecaps up towards the tops of your legs, and then we return both feet parallel to each other. From here, slowly, we'll start drawing the body in and forward into the plank. Inhale. And then exhale, back to down dog. Again, inhaling, drawing everything in, pushing the mat away, hips and shoulders in the same line. Exhale to downward facing dog. One more, inhaling to plank. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Good. Widen your feet a little. And now we'll walk the hands back towards the feet. We are going to hold opposite elbows. Release the head there and the neck. And if you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. You can also rock a little bit from side to side. Or just stay at the center. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we switch the hold. The hand that is inside, put it outside, move the opposite hand on top, and again we rest the torso, the neck, the head heavy. Press through the inner heels, send the sitting bones up to the ceiling and away from each other. Drape your trunk down. Good, and then release through the hands. Bring the hands to your hips, roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Make the shoulders and the hips in the same line. Draw the navel in. Use the power of your feet to press down and come all the way up. Nice, and we come to standing. Good morning, if you are in California. Okay, good, from here. We are standing, I'm going to mirror you, so we go together. Let's inhale, arms up overhead. Lace your fingers. Press your palms up towards the ceiling on your room, and then make sure that you're really stretching through the wrists. Make the sides of your trunk as tall as you can. Send the arm bones a little further behind your ears, or as far as you can take them, and see if you can press your index fingers a little further up than the rest of your fingers towards the skies. One more breath. Tone the belly from the pelvic floor up. Exhale, release the arms. Good. We stay there. We lace the fingers behind the lower back. Same idea, but this time we roll the shoulders back. We extend the arms behind. Zip up that navel towards the sternum, lengthen the sacrum, and tone your inner legs. See if you can take those arms behind you. If it's hard to lace your fingers behind you, you can take a belt. And I want you, if you're taking a belt, to have your palms facing forward. So that will open the chest and do the same action that we are doing with the lace fingers, okay? You can also have your elbows bent. Roll the shoulders, extending a little bit, lifting up through the center of the heart. And then we release. Good, now we're going to cross right foot on top of the left. Right foot for you guys on top of the left. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Catch your right forearm, pull and tilt to your left. Press through the feet as much as you can. Squeeze those inner thighs. And see if you can send the chest a little further up to the ceiling. Good, we come back to center. Good, take that right foot back to the right. Release the arms. Good, let's switch sides. Left leg goes over to the right. Press through the feet as much as you can. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Now with the right hand, you catch your left forearm. Lift up that side, press through your feet, and we tilt towards the right. Sending the chest up to the ceiling, firming the hips in. Last breath. Good. Press through the feet again to come up. Release the arms. Send that left leg back to the left. If you're at the top of the mat, stay there. If not, go to the top of the mat. We'll go from here. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling to Uttanasana, folding. Hands to shins, inhaling halfway. Exhale, put your hands down, walk back to downward facing dog. Good, inhaling in down dog. Exhale to plank pose. Now we are going to stay in the plank. Lift the navel and lift your right leg up, like within the tabletop. Firm the hips in, lift the belly up, and see if you can, maybe for a second, send your left arm forward. Good, release, release the right leg, back down. We come all the way down to the mat. Widen your hands a little bit out to the sides of your mat, roll the shoulders. Inhaling cobra. Exhale, release. Bring the hands down under the shoulders, tuck your toes. Tabletop, up we go to downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good, now we go back to plank, inhaling there. Exhale and stay. When you're ready, lift the left leg off the mat. Firm the hips in, lift the belly, and see if you can lift your right arm, maybe 1 second. Core, 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 draw everything in. Good, release. Down to chaturanga or the knees first. Inhaling, cobra pose. Exhale. Tuck your toes, tabletop. Back up we go, downward facing dog. Breathing in, relax the head. Send your ribs in. One more breath. Good, from here we inhale to plank. We come all the way down again through the chaturanga. Good, once we get here, we bring the arms in front. And we're going to have the shoulders over the elbows. We're going to press the palms into each other, so we are creating like a triangle with the forearms, or you can lace your fingers. Press that, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, stay. One more, inhale, send the shoulder blades in and down. And exhale. For the third one, we inhale, we lift through the sternum, tuck your toes, exhale, lift into the forearm plank, walk your toes closer to your nose, push through your heels, lift the abdomen. One more breath. And then we slowly release. Good. Hands under the shoulders, roll back, inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, tabletop, and here we go up to downward facing dog. Good. One more breath. Good. Now walk your hands a touch closer to your feet. So maybe one hand distance closer to your feet, so it's a shorter down dog. Press the left foot down, inhale your right leg up and back. Firm the hips, bend the right knee, opening the hips towards the left. Firm those arms, ribs in. Good, and then we re-extend, right leg up and back. And the challenge here today is to try and lift your left hand and see if you can walk it towards your left foot. So I'm walking my hand towards the left toes, and maybe you just keep the hand there, or you try to bring that left hand to catch your left shin, okay? Belly in, you really need to push through that right hand. So it's a one leg, one arm or one hand dog. Good, then reset the hands back to their place. Bring the right foot forward. Good, tone the inner legs. Send the right hip back to the left foot. And we come up, high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathing in, opening the chest. Exhaling, left elbow to the right knee. And we come there, we try to hook that elbow, and we press the palms towards each other, bringing the thumbs towards the left shoulder, opening the chest. One more breath. Good, return to the center, put your hands down, back to downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhaling, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Tucking the toes. Up we go, downward facing dog. Stay there for one extra breath. And then we'll go with the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Good, firm through the hands. Remember, maybe you dialed your hands a little bit out. Bend the left knee, opening the hips towards the other side. Firm through the arms, ribs in. Good. Then we return, left leg up. Good. Press through that left arm. See if you can bring your right fingertips towards your right toes. Maybe you catch the shin. Maybe not. Good. Then return with that right hand. Bring the left foot forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lengthen through the front of your spine. And we come up, high lunge. Long inhale here. Exhale. One more, dropping that left sitting bone, hugging the inner legs. Hands come to the heart center. Good. Right elbow goes to the left. We hook there on top of the thigh or on the other side of the knee to press the palms into each other. Coming to the twist, squeezing the inner legs. Belly and chest in and up. Good. Slowly back to center, release the hands. Back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, we take plank. Exhale, release down. Inhaling, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Your choice if you want to go to a downward facing dog or a child's pose to rest. 3 breaths. Make this time for you to reset and de-stress your breath. Notice the body. Good. One more long inhalation through the nose. Releasing, letting go. Any memories in the body, anything that is hooking you to the past, lovingly give yourself the chance to let go. Then we'll slowly move back to downward facing dog. And from there, we'll move into the next sequence. Inhaling, right leg goes up and back. Right foot goes forward. And you're going to turn your left foot down so we can come up into the warrior two. I'm doing and also saying with my words, right side, okay? So right side, I'm going to take my left arm behind and I'm going to try and catch the right side of my t-shirt, my top, or my hip, or the thigh, and I'm going to stay there. We are going to drop the right sitting bone down, press through the left foot, lift through the spine. Good. We turn the right palm to face up to the ceiling. Keep the legs firm and we reverse the warrior. One more breath. Good. Return to the warrior two. Right forearm to your right thigh. My left arm is still behind me, so I can roll that shoulder a little further back. Drop the right sitting bone a little more. Spin chest and belly up to the ceiling. Keep pressing into that back foot. Then we'll take that left arm up towards the ceiling and turning the left palm towards the right side of the room. Bring that arm over the head. Side angle pose. Squeeze the glutes forward, opening through the pelvis. One more breath. Good. Then slowly return, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Bring the back foot slightly in. Good. And from here, we're going to put left hand onto the left hip. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, lengthen the side body all the way to your foot on the right, maybe the block, and we take triangle pose. Roll the shoulders back, bring the navel in, firm the hips, squeeze the glutes. One more breath. Good. You can take that left hand into your left hip for support and balance. We're going to come to half moon pose. So we are going to be lifting that left leg. If you need a block, you can take a block. Bending the front knee. Bring that back foot a little closer. And we lift up into the Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen through that left leg. Roll those shoulders back. Option today here to bend the left knee and take that left foot. And if you're doing that, try and see if you can push the foot into the hand and open the chest a little more. Squeeze those glutes in. One more breath. Then slowly release. Bending the front knee, slowly returning. We'll come back to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale. Good. Inhaling, we reverse. Exhaling, we touch down. We go to downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, we'll come to plank. And we'll roll over to the right side for one side plank. You can put your left foot in front, or you can keep both legs together. Push through your right hand, send the shoulders back, left arm up. Lift through the hips. Option to take your left arm up and over the head. One more breath. Good, back to plank. Lower through chaturanga or the knees first. Inhaling cobra pose. Exhaling downward facing dog. Breathing in, ribs in, relax the head. Good. We'll move into the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Left foot comes forward, right foot turns back and down. We lift up, warrior two. Good, take a deep breath, settle into the warrior, back foot super grounded, lifting through the inseam of your right leg, dropping the left sitting bone down and bringing the glutes towards the front of the pelvis. Right arm goes behind. See if you can catch your left hip or left side of your top. Stay there. Good, then turn your left palm up and we reverse the warrior just for a breath. Slowly returning, beautiful. We take that right arm out, left arm comes, forearm onto your left thigh. Press again through that back foot, drop the left sitting bone, right arm goes up and over the head. Imagine someone or you yourself with your right hand turning your left ribs up and the belly and the chest up to the ceiling. One more breath. Good, then slowly coming back, warrior two, straightening the front leg, bring that back foot slightly in. Good, then we're going to put right hand onto the right hip, left arm goes up, lengthen that side as much as you can, and then bring yourself to the triangle, lengthen, 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 until you find your left foot or shin or the block. Squeeze the belly in, send the chest up to the ceiling, right arm goes up, shoulders back. One more breath. Good, then we gaze down, right hand to your right hip, take a block if you need it, bending the front knee, you'll bring that back foot a little closer, and we go into half moon, balancing, squeezing the sitting bones, opening through the chest. Option today, if you want, and if it's available in the body, bending the right knee, catching that foot, and we push the foot into the hand to open a little bit wider. Sacrum in, chest lifts. Last breath. Then slowly release. Good, coming back, warrior two. Find your breath. Nice. Reverse the warrior. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhalation. Exhale, bring the arms down. We take plank pose. An option here, like we did on the other side, roll over to your left. Option to bring the right foot forward and press the floor to lift through the hips. I'm keeping this version to show the second version here. And then the right arm goes up, roll the shoulders back. Lean back with your head a little. Exhale, release, plank pose. Lower all the way. And we'll stay here. You can put your hands under the forehead and take a rest. Or the arms alongside your torso and one cheek down. We have an opportunity to rest again, to reset the breath. Release everything, letting go, soften here. Deep breaths to equalize the inhalation and the exhalation before moving on. We'll give ourselves 2 to 3 more cycles here. If you have one cheek down to one side, switch to the other side. One last breath. Good. And then staying with the belly down onto your mat, we are going to send the right arm out like a cactus shape or goal pose. And we are going to lift that elbow 1 inch above your shoulder line, okay? Left hand stays under the left shoulder. And then from there, I'm going to push with my left thumb onto the floor to roll over the right, releasing the head. Option to take your left leg a little further back or just keep it on top of the right one, okay? 3 breaths here. You should feel it in your right armpit and the collarbone area. Those muscles, they are opening up. And then we slowly return back to your belly and we'll switch. Now I'm going to put the right hand under the right shoulder, left arm into the cactus shape, left elbow 1 inch higher than your shoulder, and then press through the right palm, rolling over to the left, maybe the right leg behind you, maybe just on top. Take a couple of breaths here. Good, and then we slowly return onto the mat. Bring that left hand under the left shoulder. Extend through the legs. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale. Good. Bring your forearms in front of you one more time. Press the palms into each other or thread the fingers. Push through the elbows and the forearms. And again from here, tuck your toes. Lift through the navel. We are going into the forearm plank. Walk your toes in. And we are going to take this a little higher. Lift your hips up. Push the elbows down. Walk your feet in. Ribs in, relaxing the head. Press the forearms away from your chest. Send the chest towards your thighs. Good, and from here, press firmly through the left foot. Inhale your right leg up. Try to keep that right hip turned in. Lift through the belly and the core. Then release the right leg down. Keep pushing through the forearms, ribs in. Left leg goes up. Push, 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 so the chest comes towards your thighs. Firm the left hip in. Release that left foot. Bring your knees down and rest in a child's pose. 3 breaths here. Again, softening, resetting the breath. One more breath. Good, and then slowly from the child's pose, we'll lift up into a seat. Bring your knees towards each other. I'm sitting on my heels, but if you need to modify that and put a block underneath, you can put a block or a pillow or anything that is needed there, okay? Good, we are going to go from here. Just first, send your arms up overhead. Bend your right elbow. With your left hand, catch that elbow, bring it in. Chin off the chest, opening through the sides. Deep inhale here. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Second side, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, left elbow bends, right hand catching that elbow, bring it in, ribs in, chin off the chest, and take 2 cycles here. Relax your jaw, soften the face, then slowly release. Good, now with this same shape, what I'm going to change is that I'm going to bring both my hips and my sitting bones to the right. So my feet are going to be to the left. I'm going to do it mirroring you guys so you can see me. So my legs are to the left, my hips are to the right. And then from here, I'm going to send the right hand behind, inhaling the left arm up. And with the exhale, I'm twisting towards the right. Roll the shoulders, try to firm both sitting bones towards the floor, even though it's normal that one will be more elevated. Try to send the belly and the chest towards the back of your room. One more breath. And then we come back to center. Slowly lift yourself and switch the hips to the other side. Now your hips are to the left, your legs are to the right. I'm sitting tall again. Left hand will be the support behind me. I'm going to inhale, right arm up. Good, exhale, twisting to your left. Bring that right hand to the left knee. Lift through the spine, belly and chest towards the back of your room. Take 3 breaths. One more. Good. Then inhaling, send that right arm up. Exhale, return. Beautiful. Okay, and let's bring the legs in front. We are back to being onto our mat. So we are going to sit here. Bend your knees. Bring your feet a little closer. And with your hands, first do the movement of sending the lower back in, lifting through the chest, and sending the shoulders back. So we are going to try and keep this shape at all times or as much as we can. If you need support, you're going to use your hands behind you to help you stay lifted, okay? We can all actually start like this, and then you're gonna bring your shins parallel to the floor. Like I said, if you need to stay here with the arms and the hands, you stay there. If you can, you bring your arms parallel to the floor. Keep lifting through the lower back, sending the chest up. Option here to extend both legs. If that doesn't happen, you just stay with the shins parallel to the floor, okay? Breathe in, both pose. Open up through the chest. Last breath. Good. Keep the shins parallel to the floor now. We're going to add one more. Keep lifting through the spine. Press the palms in front of you, like if you want to push someone. And then from here, inhale. Exhale, bring both arms outside your left leg. Keep pushing there, lift through the spine. Good, then inhale, arms up. Exhale, both arms outside your right leg. Push through the palms and lift the belly up. Lift the lower back. Inhale, arms up. Good, exhale, cross the shins. And exhale, fold. Three breaths here. One more breath. Good, then slowly lifting up to the seat. Just switch the position of the shins. Bring the one that was not in front. And for 3 more breaths, we'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, we fold. Take 2 more breaths here. Let it all go, releasing. Stay here in the present moment, opening to the new possibilities. The opportunity to discover, learn more about yourself, and create a new experience. Then we slowly return to the seat. Extend your legs in front of you and shake them a little. We'll come onto our backs for a moment. Hug both knees towards your shoulders and rock from side to side. Good. Then put your feet down. Keep your heels slightly outside your sitting bones. Extend your arms so you can check that you're able to touch your heels perhaps with your nail tips. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Opening the chest a little more. We'll take a bridge pose from here, and then we'll take it a little further to the wheel pose. So first we bring the shoulder blades in, slide those shoulder blades down. If your upper back is a little sensitive, you keep your arms wide and you can catch the sides of your mat or push the mat down. Press into your feet, inner and outer feet, and then we lift through the pelvis. We squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit further in, like if we want to tuck them underneath the chest. And option to lace the fingers and push the mat, or to grab your mat instead if you want. Squeeze those glutes, sacrum in, push through the feet. Breathing in and out. Long and steady, always return to your breath. One more breath. And then slowly start bringing your torso down, one vertebra at a time, returning to the earth to be supported, and take a few breaths. Don't change the position of your legs yet. Stay there for one more short moment. Good. We are going to repeat this one more time. Option 2, go with the same shape. Option 2, bring a block and do it more supported. You place a block under the sacrum and you support your pelvis. Or option 2, go into the wheel pose or Dhanurasana by using the same base of the bridge pose, bringing your hands under the shoulders or behind them, widening a little bit, again a little bit of that dialing motion in the palms, pressing through the feet. Same idea as the bridge. As you press, you lift the pelvis. You can go onto your head first and then lifting a little further. Bridge pose is a good shape to do here if this one is not in your book. Press through the feet, through the arms. And then slowly come back when you feel ready, returning back to the mat. Good. As we come back, we'll place the soles of the feet together, the knees wide to the sides, right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. And we slowly soften, slow down, and return. Two more breaths. Good. Then slowly with the hands, bring the knees towards each other, hug them into the chest, and rock from side to side a few times, creating a few circles to massage your lower back. Good. Put the left foot down, cross the right foot on top. Number 4 shape for the legs. Bring the legs towards you. You can thread your right arm inside the right leg, bringing that left knee in, pressing your right knee away from your body. Relax the shoulders, soften the face. Feel the back of your pelvis flattening, spreading into the floor. With our breath, we can breathe in the new, release the old, with love, with compassion, letting us be present and take in what the new is holding for us. Slowly release that left foot, bring the right foot down, switch legs. We put the left foot on top of the right thigh, bring the knees towards you, left arm threading inside the left leg, catch your right leg wherever it is possible for you to catch it, send the left knee away from you, and we relax through the shoulders. The whole goal of the yoga practice is to move away from suffering, away from pain, away from repeating patterns that are so engraved in us that we unconsciously move towards suffering. So as we work physically, we peel and release those layers. We move towards joy, peace, and ease of heart. Let's release both legs and keep the feet wide and just let your knees drop from side to side. You can open the arms to the sides or like a cactus shape if there's no space. Let them just drop one way and the other a few times. Good. Then from here, if you have a block with you, you can use it to send the legs up. Like when we send the legs up the wall, you can use a wall to send the legs up. If you have a practice of a shoulder stand and you have the props needed to take a shoulder stand, you can also do that instead. I'm not going to show that today because it takes quite a while to instruct that. So I'm just going to use the block as a support under the pelvis. We move again, those shoulder blades behind the heart center, tucking them in. When you're ready, from here, bending one knee, send one leg up to the ceiling, and then the second leg goes up and joins. The legs are active. I'm pressing through the inner heels, which means that the inner line of my legs is active. And then I'm releasing the back of the shoulders, the back of the head, soften the face. Let go of the facial muscles, the ears, tongue, jaws. I'll tell you when we come out from this shape, so stay there. Drop into the breath. Make sure there's space in your throat. Try to feel your skin melting even though it's an active posture. Last breath here. Then slowly bend your knees. Bring the feet down. Lift the pelvis. If you're using the block, release it slowly down. And from here, last time, we bend the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. And then we'll come to Shavasana, bringing the legs towards the top of your mat, releasing the arms to the sides, making sure the chest is broad, and it's also softly releasing. We come to the last portion of the practice, inviting all activity to end. Adding any props that you may want to have for the last part of the practice and releasing all control. We release the past lovingly. We release the practice. We brought our effort to the table. We played our cards with what we have today, with also the opportunity to practice bringing what we have, offering it to ourselves, to others, to the world, and then letting go of the results. Letting go of hooking to an outcome. Now we receive the gift that this practice has for us. The opportunity to let go of all and receive peace, wisdom, connection, awareness.